Oh my god, how wrong I was about these Lincoln cents. APMEX is the proud sponsor of the Silverpicker YouTube channel, and Whatnot is the proud sponsor of today's video. Thank you both for your support.
Hello everybody, Silverpicker here, and today's video is a special one. This is a good old-fashioned coin collection purchase. This box came from a viewer just like you who saw my videos, had inherited a coin collection, didn't know what to do with it, and decided to send it to me. So I am going to be opening this up, evaluating the collection, paying her out, and then squirreling away the coins that I want for my collection, and then selling off the rest. So join me for the ride. All right, so let's check this out and see what we've got. All right, I am super excited. I only saw a couple pictures of this collection, and I don't really know what's in it. So let us see. Oh boy, this is exciting. This is exciting. Okay, she packaged it really well. I have had issues in the past, so oh boy. Okay, so we've got a bag here. It says Wells Fargo. We've got some lists of information. This says uncirculated mint sets, and we've got some albums. All right, let's see. Take a quick peek. We've got Sacagawea dollars, Lincoln cents, Lincoln cents, Lincoln cents, Lincoln cents, and Lincoln cents. So these are going to be lower end stuff likely, and this we'll check out, and I'm excited to see what is in here. So let's go through it.
All right, let's start with this guy over here. We'll slow roll a little bit. Obviously, the best stuff is inside that black Wells Fargo pouch, or I believe it is. But if you've been here before, you know that you can follow along with the value of these coins in the corner over here and see what it's worth. And if you want to know what I paid for it, well, I paid 75% of the value of the collection, so you can do the math. So this is a 2005 Philadelphia and Denver commemorative quarter set. I believe this is actually third party. I don't think that this is produced by the US Mint. It's okay, you know, there's nothing super special about these, but you know, it's a nice little display piece. If you were born in 2005 or you have a kid that was born in 2005, it's a nice little display item, but worth a couple bucks, but nothing super special. That's why I'm not spending all that much time on it. But it's cool nonetheless. All right, next up we have a US Mint set. Getting a little bit spicier, but still nothing too crazy. This is a 1968 mint set, and this is a pretty nice one, but what's special about this, of course, is that it has the 40% silver Kennedy half. But it only has it for, I believe, the Denver side. This one, of course, does not have the $50. It has 2 cents instead. Not too shabby, but nothing all that spectacular either. Let's move on to the good stuff. Here we go. Let's see what's inside, what's inside, what's inside. Oh boy, tons of stuff. And I will point out that the seller did an excellent job of organizing everything. Oftentimes I get collections and they are in coffee tins and boxes and everything's dusty and full of schmutz. But in this case, everything was labeled, dimes, mercury, etc. This one says Indian head pennies, pennies, Morgan silver dollars. What is this? Foreign coins and other. So why don't we just grab, you know what, let's do something fun. Let's start with the Morgans. Let's check out the Morgan dollars, right? Why not, right? Let's go for the gold, or silver, I should say. But there were a bunch of nice Morgans. Nothing spectacular in terms of the date, but let's take a look. We've got an 1882 P, 1882 P, not too shabby. This one's really nice. This one's basically an unk, and it is. It's an 1897, really, really nice one. Really nice. And 1899 O. Another unk, and this one's a really, really nice unk. This one's an 1878. They say MS63, but you never go by what somebody graded it on a 2x2, right? Unless it's in an actual graded holder by a reputable company, you've got to just use your eyes and say, okay, it's uncirculated, and then use your judgment on what you value it at. Okay, obviously this is not a Morgan dollar. This is a 1926 piece dollar, but it is still really nice nonetheless. I happen to love piece dollars. If you've watched my channel before, you know that. I mean, I love Morgan dollars more, but I do love piece dollars too. This is an 1885 with some nice, interesting toning. And we've got ourselves an 1886 AU58. It says VAM3 doubled 1. I personally did not see that, and I mentioned that, and I did not pay anything extra for that. We'll take a look at it under a coin microscope maybe, and you guys can be the judge. I'm curious to know what you think. Now, before we move on to the next portion of the collection, everybody always asks me when I buy a new collection, are different things for sale? And the answer is yes. In fact, almost everything in this collection is indeed for sale. There are a couple of things which I'll show you that I'm squirreling away from my personal collection, but almost everything else is for sale, and I will be selling it all exclusively at my next Whatnot auction. If you don't know what Whatnot is, they are a sponsor of my channel, and it's an incredible video auction platform in which buyers and sellers can interact in real time, meaning you can ask questions to the seller. Say, hey, can you give me a better angle of that coin? Can I see it? And then you can bid on it in real time. I've done 2 incredible auctions so far, last month and the month before, and they were a blast. Really, really fun. You definitely don't want to miss it. And if you're not yet signed up for Whatnot, you got to use my link in the description box below. It's whatnot.com/invite/silverpicker. And not only do you get to sign up for this free, incredible platform, but you get $10 in Whatnot credit to spend on anything you want. So anything you want to buy from me, if it's less than 10 bucks, well, you got it for free. And anything that's more than 10 bucks, well, you got yourself a $10 off coupon. And when I scratch your back, I would love it if you scratch mine, because when you sign up and get the 10 bucks, guess what? I get $10 too. So anyway, I'm gonna be selling almost all this stuff on my next Whatnot auction, and I'll be giving away a bunch of it too. Over $300 in prizes at every single one of my Whatnot auctions. So be there or be square. All right, let's check out the next batch of coins. How about we do some Indian head cents? All right, so we've got a 1902. We've got a 1907. Another 1907. A 1900. And a 1903. None of these are key dates, but they're all really, really nice coins. Now, before we go into more of those baggies, let's take a look at the albums, and let's just go in order. We've got ourselves a Sacagawea dollar album, 2002, well, I guess the present, and nothing really stuck out at me as anything particularly special. I believe that the 2004 S is a proof coin. It looks like a proof, and I'm pretty sure that all of the S Mint Mark coins of this era are indeed proofs. So that one's a little bit better, but everything else is just uncirculated, which is still nice. I'll probably end up selling this whole album as is to one of my Whatnot bidders, and we'll see about that. Then we've got Lincoln Cents, and I believe that this album, yeah, this was 1975 and onward, so there was nothing of value here. Those I'll probably just pop out and spend, honestly. I just paid face value for those. This is a little bit better because it does have a bunch of wheat cents, and typically I pay 2.5 cents per wheat cent. So like I said, I pay 75% overall for the whole collection, but that's what it averages out to, because depending on the item, I pay more or less. So wheat cents, I pay 2.5 cents a piece. And I usually sell them for about 5 cents a piece. So nothing too special in this one. But here we have the older album, and there's, again, nothing really key here, you know, no key dates or anything. Almost everything is, you know, in pretty rough shape. So these I also paid just 2.5 cents a piece as well. But this stuff, well, maybe not this stuff. This is, you know, a much nicer album, of course, and this goes 1941 onward. So for the wheat cents, I paid 2.5 cents a piece. Everything after that, for the memorial cents, I just paid face value, just as a courtesy. But this is the album that really, really shocked me, because whenever I get these albums of wheat cents and all that kind of, you know, quote unquote nonsense, you know, I'm in it for the silver, the gold, the big ticket items. I almost always overlook this stuff and dismiss it as nonsense. However, this album had some super heavy hitters. So, first off, we've got ourselves the 1909 VDB. That's a couple bucks. We got a 1909, another couple bucks. But while everybody talks about the 1909 VDB-S, which of course is amazing and is obviously not here, that's like, you know, $1,000 coin minimum, we have the 1909S. The 1909S without the VDB is still super valuable, super rare. Look at this. If you look at the mint, this is all the mintages. You can pause here if you're curious, but take a look at this. The 1909 has a mintage of 72 million. The 1909S, 1.8 million. That is nothing. That's why that's still considered a key date of the series, or at least a better date. And there are a bunch of other ones as well. In terms of the valuable coins here, we've got the 1911S. That comes in at 20 bucks, even in that condition. We've got the 1913S. That bad boy comes in at 12 bucks. We've got the 1914S, comes in at $14, and check it out. Over here, we've got the 1914D. That is indeed one of the true key dates of the series, and check it out. It is $150. I paid $150, or 75% of $150 of that coin, for that coin. Really, really spectacular. And I'll show you some of the other stuff. There are some other better date coins in here as well. These ones I obviously paid way, way more than just the 2.5 cents for the wheat cent. Now, I have to say something just a little bit about business ethics as we go into the next set of coins, which, why don't we go into the pennies. That's an appropriate one. But something on business ethics. It would have been super easy for me to tell the lady who sold this to me that, you know, those Lincoln cents, every wheat cent is 2.5 cents. I pay, they're worth 5 cents, I pay 2.5 cents. And without a doubt, I would have gotten away with it. There's no question in my mind that I would have gotten away with it. But it would have been the wrong thing to do. And for what? A few extra bucks? Not worth it. When you're buying coin collections, be honest, be transparent, be fair. Whether you want to quibble over whether 75% is too much or too little, I get those comments in every video that I do. Half of you are saying I'm overpaying, half of you are saying that I'm ripping her off. But what my point is that you tell the person what the actual value of their coin collection is, and then you make their offer. You've given them all the information that they need. Do they want to take it around, shop it around to other people? Maybe. Do they want to sell it individually on eBay? Maybe. Leave it up to them. But once you tell them the true value of their collection, and then you say, well, I'm willing to pay you 75% of that, that's when you know that you are being fair. And that's my opinion. Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comments section. So let's take a look at some of these wheat cents. All right, so we've got a whole mess of wheat cents, and most of them are from like the 40s and 50s, a couple from the 20s and 30s and teens, but I'm not gonna show anything that's not particularly special. This one we've got is another 1909 VDB that is really nice. You can definitely make out the little VDB. Not too shabby. Here's a really nice coin and an example of how, if you don't know what you're doing, you can really lose your shirt. This says 1932 MS65 and it's listed at $70. I mean, I really hope that the person who started this collection did not spend $70 on this coin. This is an ordinary coin. I don't know what it would be worth if it was MS65 and it was graded, but the fact that this is not graded is really, I mean, it would be egregious to charge $70 for this. But let's take a look at some nice ones. Check that out. This is a 1910S VF30. VF30, again, don't listen to the grades, just take a look at the coin. Not a bad coin. We've got a 1912S. These copper coins are tough to light, so I apologize. I'm going to try and get better at lighting these things. We've got a 1926. Not a bad coin. We've got an interesting one. This is a poor man's double die. It's a 1955, so that's like a machine doubling on the 1955. Of course, with the real 1955 double die penny being one of the most famous error coins ever, or varieties I should say, and one of the most famous coins in American numismatics. And then finally, we've got a really, really nice 1931S. Really, really nice. I'm trying to see if I can get it at a good angle where the light really shows, but not easy. Not easy. Filming ain't easy. Filming ain't easy. And I'm going to be selling all these on Whatnot, so you'll get another chance to view them all. All right, we'll take a look at the dimes next. We've got a 1944, another 1944. These are all in really, really nice shape. We've got a 1934P. We've got a 1925S. This one's really, really nice. 1945, this is BU. It definitely is a really, really nice BU coin. No question about that. Got a 1944. Another 1944. Another 1944. Another 1944. And a 1945S. Most of these aren't worth a ton, and because they're not super, super rare dates, but they are indeed nice coins. Next up, we've got the bag labeled foreign coins, and then we will take a look at that bonus bag, which I'm super excited about because I saw one coin in there right off the bat. So, starting us off, we've got a 6p 1925. We have a 6p Australian 925 silver. I love the Australian silver coins from that era. I mean, you've got yourself an emu and a freaking kangaroo. I mean, come on, really nice. And then we've got the awkward coins. Yep, we've got another set of Nazi German coins. These are all varying date 2 Reichsmark coins, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. There are 12 of these 2 Reichsmark Nazi Germany coins. And I always talk about how these coins are frustrating to me because while it is very important to preserve history lest it repeat itself, it is still uncomfortable to have these coins, especially the circulated ones, knowing that these were circulating about, you know, while basically Nazis and German citizens went about their normal life while millions of Jews and others were being murdered and persecuted. It is very, very strange for me to see these coins, and I'm always, you know, nervous about selling them because I don't want them to be sold to a neo-Nazi or a Nazi admirer. You know, these belong in collections of people who preserve history with the right context around them. People who put context to these coins so that it doesn't appear that they're venerating them, but rather that they're preserving the history so that it doesn't repeat itself. So I haven't decided if I'm going to sell these on Whatnot. This might be the only bunch of coins that I do not sell on Whatnot, but I haven't decided yet. We shall see. I may just sell these privately to people in my Discord server that I know and trust and know that they will be taking care of these coins and preserving them in what I believe is the right way. All right, we're up to our last 4 coins in the whole collection, and we're going to end with the last one, with the one that I am actually most excited about, and it's the one that I'm going to be keeping in my private collection. But this is a Babe Ruth Centennial coin, 1895 to 1995. It's a metal, it's not worth too much, but what's interesting is that I bought this collection in the same time as, if you're a baseball fan, you know that Aaron Judge of the Yankees just beat Babe Ruth and Roger Maris's home run record, and we shall see if he continues to go farther. But it's just an interesting time to have opened this, even though this is not worth a whole bunch. So this will go to some baseball fan, and they will enjoy that. This one is super interesting. You know what? We're going to take a minute for that first. Actually, we're going to do this one first. This is a Republic of Liberia $2 coin. $5 coin. And it's from the year 2000. It's a nice coin. If you are a collector of foreign commemoratives, this is definitely one for you. And if you're a U.S. Civil War history buff, this is also definitely for you. I believe that the history of Liberia is that it was founded by freed slaves after the Civil War. So this is a really, really interesting piece of modern history that harkens back to older history. Next up is one of the first of 2 horse-related coins you shall see. This is a 1910 Boy Scouts of America token. And you see how it has a hole over here? I believe, based on my research, that all of these were holed, and it says the original Boy Scouts shoe for boys. So I'm thinking that this actually came with a special pair of shoes and it was tied to the shoe itself. That's my guess. But what's on the reverse is what's really, really crazy. Good luck. It has the horseshoe, the clover, the wishbone, I don't know what's going on over there, and a freaking swastika. It has a swastika. Now, if you guys don't know the history of the swastika, this was made in 1910, before the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany, and before the swastika had its awful, awful, despicable symbolism of hate that it has today. In fact, it was actually an Eastern symbol of good luck. And when you go to Asia as a Westerner, you'll be shocked to see that all over Asia, there are flags with swastikas. And it has nothing to do with Nazism, but rather Buddhism and other historic sites. When I first went to Korea, for example, I was floored when I saw that. But this is such an interesting piece of history. Again, I want to make sure that I'm selling this to the right person and not to somebody that wants to use it to venerate Nazism. And next up, for our last coin, our second horse-related coin in a row, the one that I'm going to be keeping for my personal collection is this Stone Mountain quarter. It's a 1925 Stone Mountain quarter, and this is part of the commemorative $50 series that was really, really popular, which started in 1892 with the Columbia Exposition $50 and continued up until today. I'm really only interested in the classic, old school commemorative halves, and I'm going to be starting a collection of those, so keep your eyes peeled for yet another typeset video and another typeset I'm collecting. But this is also a really interesting coin. I used to live in Georgia. I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm familiar with Stone Mountain. I've actually been to Stone Mountain. And while it is definitely a controversial place, it's essentially the Mount Rushmore of the Confederacy, so it's controversial for very obvious reasons. And I've been there, I've gone hiking there. It is a beautiful park in spite of the bizarre history attached to it. And this is, I believe, the $50 that was minted in order to raise funds to create Stone Mountain. So I'm not 100% sure of that story. Somebody can validate that in the comments below. But anyway, this is the coin that's going to be going in my personal collection, and you'll stay tuned for a new video for that. And there it is, the coin collection in all of its glory. And if you were wondering what the heck I was talking about with the whole snake thing in the title, well, it's because I bought this coin collection from a couple that runs a serpent center where they basically show off poisonous snakes and exotic snakes to the public in a safe manner so people can learn about science and enjoy the nature from a safe distance. Really, really cool people, and of course a really, really cool collection. So much variety, and like I said, I'm going to be selling almost all of it at my next Whatnot auction, exact dates to be determined. And like I said, if you have not signed up for Whatnot yet, you gotta do so. What are you waiting for? Don't sleep on this deal. It will not last forever. Whatnot.com/invite/silverpicker. You get 10 bucks, I get 10 bucks, and we have a party. So I've had a lot of fun with this video. If you're new here and want to see more videos about coin collections that I purchased, coins, precious metals, all sorts of other cool stuff, well, you best hit that big old red subscribe button. And for everybody watching, give me a like. It's the ultimate YouTube solid. Takes you just a second and means the world to me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing it. I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike. So stay tuned, and until then, Silverpicker out. A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. I cannot thank you enough. And like I said, I'm more likely to sell these Nazi coins to people that I am comfortable with and know. So if you're interested and you're part of the Patreon, message me in the Discord server and we can work something out. If you're not yet a patron, and whether you're interested in these coins or just because you want to support the channel, the links are below, and I can't wait to meet you personally in our private Discord server.